overall, the three biggest things that have me sold on this foundation are the finish, the color, and the fact that it's long wearing. Those are three things that I look for in any foundation that I try, and NARS definitely delivered for me. Hey guys, it's Teresa Shea from FlyFierceFab, and in today's video, I'm bringing you a review on the new NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation that recently dropped at Sephora, and I wear it in the shade Macao. Let's get into it. I'm getting ready to do my makeup for my photo shoot today, and this is going to be my second time using the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, but first time using it for a photo shoot. But girl, we've already tested it in pictures to make sure I won't look crazy, because I'm not going out like that. But this is the first matte foundation by NARS, so I know they have like an all-day radiant and then I think like a luminous one. Either way, both of those have more of like a radiant, dewy type of finish, and I have oily skin, so those did not work out for me. Okay, so to set myself up for success, I'm going to prime my face like normal. So I'm going to start off with my Becca Evermatte Poreless Perfecting Primer. You guys see me use this all the time. This is my go-to primer to mattify my T-zone, so that is the place where I concentrate this primer, and then I use another primer for the rest of my face. Okay, so the next primer I'm going to go in with is the Milk Hydragrit Primer, and I love this primer for the rest of my face. I feel like it really, well, it does what the name says. I feel like it makes the makeup like grip to my face, and it also is hydrating. Look at that, a product that lives up to its name. So I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. Get under the eyes a little bit. This is an extra step. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just like the way that it photographs. So I'm going to use the Farsali Skin Drops. These are the Skin Tune Blur ones, and it literally like blurs your face. I just drop a little bit. Okay, so I'm prepped, I'm primed, and I'm ready to start applying my foundation. So I'm just going to squeeze some on the back of my hand, and then I'll pick it up with my brush. I really like that this packaging, so it's like a plastic bottle and then you squeeze it to get the foundation out. So I like this versus like a glass bottle, because I'm able to squeeze out the product and make sure I get every last drop out of this. I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush to apply this. So as far as the shade matching goes, because at Sephora you currently, you still cannot like try on products or touch like the testers in store. So I use the Sephora app to give me like a shade match based on my normal foundation shade, and it suggested the shade that I believe is pronounced Marquise. So I went to Sephora. Again, you're still not allowed to try anything on, so I did ask like a beauty advisor to help me sort of like select my shade, and I let them know, hey, I went on the app, I wear Fenty Beauty 390, it suggested Marquise, I think I might be Marquise or Macao, can we figure that out? Basically what they did is they grabbed a piece of plexiglass, so basically like a clear plastic square, and then they put like a little bit of Marquise and a little bit of Macao on like the plastic block, and then they held it up over my face to see which one blended in better. I can say Marquise runs a bit more red. It's a very like red shade, so Macao was definitely a better match for me, and that is the shade that I wound up buying. And then just to confirm, I asked them to put a little bit of the Fenty Beauty 390 on the plexiglass as well. This way I could confirm, hey, this is the shade that's closest to my actual foundation. So at first when I got home and I applied Macao for the first time, I thought it was too light. Like I swatched a bit on my chest and I was like, ooh girl, this ain't it. But basically I feel like this is a foundation that has to like oxidize a little bit first. So after putting it on, a minute or two after, I feel like it started to look a little bit darker, and then it looks like a more on point match for me. I can say this is definitely the first foundation that I've bought that looked like it was super close to my actual skin tone. I feel like a lot of times when I buy foundations, I wind up with a shade that is like slightly darker. I don't like to use anything slightly lighter because I feel like it just winds up looking ashy, especially in like a flash photo. Girl, it never looks good. So if I can't get something super close to my skin tone, I opt for just a little bit darker, because I know I'm still gonna highlight and contour and everything will blend in beautifully. What I like about this foundation most, the finish. It is beautiful, it is flawless. I would say it's probably like a medium to full coverage foundation in my opinion. I'm applying a good amount today because like I said, it's a photo shoot day. I'm taking pictures. I want to look flawless, like I woke up like this. Okay, so to help bring everything together, I'm going to proceed with the rest of my normal foundation routine. For concealer, I am using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I wear it in the shade Maple. So the foundation claims to be sweat proof, transfer proof. Haven't tested those two things out yet, but I guess we will today during today's photo shoot. The first time I tried this foundation, I believe I had it on for like maybe 10, 11 hours. And honestly, it still looked really good. I only looked oily around like my nose area right here. And I didn't even set my face with my, or at least I didn't set my T-zone with my MAC blot powder that I always use because I get so oily. Okay, so next I'm going in with my powders. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Powder in the shade Nutmeg. Okay, so to set under my eyes, I'm using the Dermablend Illuminating Banana Powder. I just need to hit my sponge with a little Fix Plus. Okay, so next, underneath my eyes, y'all, this is the secret sauce. I am using the Charlotte Tilbury, their Airbrush Illuminating Powder. This is the darkest shade that it comes in. It's called Dark 3. Where is my brush? Girl. And I literally just apply that under my eyes. I don't put it anywhere else on my face. So just to warm things up a bit, I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm using it in the shade Coconutty. I'm just going to apply it here. And then I'll apply it along my jawline as well. I don't really like to apply it on my forehead when I'm wearing a wig like this one, where like I actually applied like the frontal piece to my head. I don't like to do that. I feel like it just makes my forehead look like even smaller and a little strange. So I don't really do that. Next I'm just going to apply some MAC Fix Plus to my face, and I have it in the coconut scent. This is just going to help like all the powders like melt into each other and give me that skin-like finish. So I'm taking a little bit more of the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, and I'm just going to carve me a cheekbone. And then I usually take my foundation brush and just... Okay, so next for highlight, I'm going to use my all-time favorite. That is the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Glow Gold. It's like a champagne gold color. And this is just... Could you see why it's my favorite? I sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus first, and I'm just going to blend this in. I like to top it with some of the Artist Couture highlighter. So I'm going to use the shade Illuminati and lightly dust. Not too much, not too much. We can move on to the lips. So I'm going to line my lips with Chestnut Lip Liner from MAC. So I'm going to do a nude lip today. Surprise, surprise. And my shade is going to be the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the shade Unbutton. Today I am going to set my T-zone with the MAC Blot Powder, just so I don't get shiny. Okay guys, so that is basically it for my review of the new NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Just to recap the pros, I love the matte finish. I'm so glad that NARS finally put out a matte foundation for us oily girls, and I just like love how it looks. I feel like my face looks super smooth and super flawless, so I love that. I love the shade match. As you can see, like compared to how the color was looking when I first applied it, based on what I saw in person and girl on that camera monitor and the color that I'm seeing now that my makeup is finished, it definitely is a foundation that when you try it out or test it out, first time you apply it, give it a few minutes to adjust after you blend it out to see how that color looks on your skin. So that was why I was saying when I first applied it, like on camera, ain't even gonna hold you, I was looking a little orange. But now that it's blended in and like the color has adjusted, it's looking more like my actual skin tone. So I love that for me. Cons. I don't really have any cons so far about this foundation from what I've tried. Again, second time trying it, but I haven't had any cons. The only thing I can say to be careful with, the finish of this foundation is super matte. So if you have skin that's on the dry side, this will make you look dry. The only thing I can say is it is a super matte foundation. If your skin is even remotely dry, I would stay away. I'm just gonna put that out there. Even like when I apply it, I always make sure like my skin is like well hydrated. I make sure I hit it with like some Fix Plus, because I know if I do too much powder in this foundation, I'll go from looking matte to like dry Sahara Desert real quick, like 0 to 100. Overall, the three biggest things that have me sold on this foundation are the finish, the color, and the fact that it's long wearing. Those are three things that I look for in any foundation that I try, and NARS definitely delivered for me on this. And this is a foundation I would repurchase again. Like I have been happy with it so far, and I'm definitely comfortable, confidently recommending it to you guys. You guys can catch me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. I'm FlyFierceFab everywhere online. You can catch me on LikeToKnow.IT as well. That's a great place if you want to shop my fashion looks. You can head over to my LikeToKnow.IT, and you can also check out my blog FlyFierceFab.com. Another great place where you guys can shop all my looks and even some of them that aren't posted on LikeToKnow.IT. Check out my blog for that. I hope you guys found my video helpful. If so, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well so you never miss another new video from me. Thanks for watching, stay snatched, and I'll see you next time.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, what? Tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this.